The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
It is Mavs Saturday night. You know, I say this every year when it's the first home game, and it's always true, and it's the case tonight. It's a sight for sore eyes. American Airlines Center, all lit up, nice and pretty for the first home game. And we bring it to you, Mavs and Minnesota Timberwolves, with Derek Harper and Jeff Skin-Wade. I'm Mark Followell. Great to have you on Fox Sports Southwest. One game is done, and it was a disappointing 21-point loss in the season opener. Now the Mavs are in front of their home crowd. What has to get better for this team tonight, Harp?
I think it's obvious. I think the defensive end of the floor is where Dallas suffered the most against Phoenix on Wednesday night. They gave up a lot of easy baskets off of dribble penetration. They didn't close out the three-point shots as a result. I think it was 57% that Phoenix shot from that three-point line. I'm not worried about this team one iota when you start talking about the offensive end of the floor. They have enough talent, enough depth there. But you have to find a way to be efficient on the defensive end if you're going to be successful.
I think you're exactly right, Harp. It was a huge problem, but even if you look around the league right now, the losing teams are scoring 110. The defense was atrocious, but they weren't playing together on offense. And what we saw in the preseason was the team sharing the ball, you know, making the right pass, taking open shots, not a bunch of contested step-back stuff. Maybe better defense will get them out in transition and create some of that better free-flowing offense, but they didn't have it on either side of the ball on Wednesday night.
It's a special night when you get to play in front of your home crowd to start out a new season, and that's what Dallas does tonight. Their home opener, Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves. You will get to see your favorite Mavs on the floor when the starting lineups are introduced in just a moment. We'll let you experience the atmosphere and the energy of that right after this. Mavs and Timberwolves. Mavs Saturday night on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest. We look forward to every game. The Saturday night ones, we're going to make a little extra special this year. And the home opener itself, of course, is extra special. And that is the case tonight as the Mavericks are playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've already introduced some members of the team. Let's see some more introductions, including the starting lineups. From the voice of American Airlines Center, public address announcer Sean Heath.
A guard from Northeastern, numero 5, J.J. Bonilla. A forward from Slovenia, number 77, Luka Doncic. At center, back in Texas where he belongs, from Texas A&M, number 6, DJ guard from North Carolina State, number 1, Dennis Smith Jr. At guard from Marquette, the Iron Man, number 23, Wesley Matthews. At forward from North Carolina, number 40, Harrison Barnes. And at forward, the only man in NBA history to play 21 seasons with one team. Number 41, what's his name? Nowitzki. Your head coach is Rick Carlisle. Tonight's officials are Zach Sharma, Tyler Floyd, and Haywood Workman.
As you can understand, a huge pop whenever Dirk was introduced, but big rounds of applause as well for Luka Doncic, DeAndre Jordan, Dennis Smith Jr., and all of the Mavericks. Mark Ballowell, Derek Harper, Jeff Skin Wade at American Airlines Center. And now here is a special treat tonight. We have a roaming courtside. Here is Dana Larson. Dana.
Mark, thanks very much. The last few weeks have played like a soap opera for the Minnesota Timberwolves with Jimmy Butler, the leading man. Of course, his demand for a trade, the antics at practice, and even trying to lead a players-only meeting that may or may not have happened, according to who you ask. He has said this as he's tried to reestablish himself in the locker room. This was to his teammates about his head coach. Just hoop, I told them. And I think that I can get Tibbs to relax a little bit. He needs to do that more. Sit down, take the load off, and trust your guys to get a W. A W is what they got last night, but Butler was actually booed at home. That is until he scored 33 points, and those boos turned into chants of MVP. This has been surreal to watch, guys. Stay tuned for another episode of As the T-Wolves Turn. Jimmy Butler not even here tonight, not playing on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah, the star is not going to have a role tonight. Tom Thibodeau said before the game that due to the lack of practice time, 3 games in 4 nights, they had talked about this. He got his input after last night's game. It's what Tibbs said he wanted to do, and that is not have Butler with the team and available to play tonight. So Tom Thibodeau will put out a different starting lineup. Rather than Butler being on the floor here at the beginning of the game, that means he'll put in rookie Josh Okogie, who spent 2 years at Georgia Tech and then was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft. You get a look at Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, Taj Gibson. The Mavericks still have a formidable, that is, group of Minnesota Timberwolves to face tonight, guys.
No question about that, Mark. And I expect Towns, who's averaging 10 points in 2 games, to step up and do more on the offensive end of the floor with the absence of Jimmy Butler. Obviously, their main guy at 28 tonight in just 2 games.
Doncic underneath. Down he goes as he makes a pass. He was fouled. We have Minnesota's first team foul 14 seconds into the game. Called by Tyler Ford, who along with Zach Zarba and Haywood Workman are the 3 men officiating tonight's game. And it's an early foul on Karl Anthony Towns, who fouled out in only 22 minutes in San Antonio in the opener Wednesday.
Well, I'd say welcome to future indeed. Post up Dennis and having passed to a cutting Doncic. A lot of fun already.
Traveling. Turnover Dallas.
A lot of excitement. Home opener. Always get the people going.
Want to do a lot better at home than 15 wins and 26 losses, the record for the Mavs at American Airlines Center last
Mark,
year.
You got to take care of games that you're supposed to win. You got to win on your floor. Towns not able to finish against a pretty tough defense that time by the Mavs.
And both Jordan and Towns attack the rebound, but it's DeAndre Jordan coming away with his first defensive board of tonight's game.
Man, I would like to see Dorian pull the trigger on that one.
Yes, sir.
Pick and roll on the left side of the floor. Doncic up off the rim. Not sure if it was oop or shot, but the Mavericks do have it back. It caromed off the rim. Shot clock at 9 seconds as Dennis Smith Jr. drives into the teeth of the defense. To Luka for 3. Off target and a rebound for Minnesota.
Pretty good closeout by Minnesota on the shooter, too.
Minnesota won last night, 131-123 at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers. In that game, Andrew Wiggins had 22 points on 21 shot attempts.
Well, we talked about it before the game. Minnesota wants to win this game with Jimmy Butler being in Minnesota.
Yes.
For a lot of different reasons, obviously.
Josh Okogie, after Wiggins scored the last time down the floor. Okogie runs the floor, leaves it for Taj Gibson, and the veteran from USC scores and draws a foul.
You know, Harp, you got to stop the ball in transition. Mavs didn't do a good job of doing it that time.
And as a result, you give up an easy basket is what happens. 3 guys on the ball that time, and Gibson all the way to the rim for an and-one opportunity. Just got to talk that out when you're in the open court in that situation. Guys should be saying, I have ball, so that really lets the other guys know what they're supposed to do from there.
3-point play for Taj Gibson, coming off the second-best scoring and rebounding season in his career last year. 12 points, 7 boards a game. Dennis Smith Jr. puts Dallas on the board 1 minute and 49 seconds into tonight's game.
He can get that shot anytime he wants, Mark. They're going to try to go under on him, lower the screen, and you get an easy one.
Missed the bunny. Jeff Teague.
Push.
Smith able to fend off Taj Gibson and collect the ball for Dallas. And he does push it, and he finds Jordan cutting to the basket and slamming.
I like the pro. I like him getting himself under control right at that free throw line. And Jordan does the rest.
Dorian Finney-Smith battling and does well against Karl Anthony Towns on the post-up turnaround shot down low. Luka in transition. Okogie got in front of him, able to pry the ball away, and the loose ball is picked up by Minnesota. Left alone, Jeff Teague, who had 27 in the opener against the Spurs.
I'm sorry, Follow, shooting 40% in 2 games from that three-point line. Teague not letting the distractions bother his game.
Minnesota doubling up Dallas. It'd be nice to savor the flavor of the lead. The Mavs 2-0 lead in Wednesday night's opener in Phoenix. The only time they led. Lost the game 121-100. They were within 4 in the fourth quarter. And then they got Devin Booker. And right now they're getting Andrew Wiggins. He's got 5 of their 11. Teague has a three-pointer. Gibson has a three-point play. And Rick Carlisle wants a timeout with his team down 7 just over 3 minutes into the game.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in to lease a 2018 BMW X2 S-Drive 28i for $339 per month.
America. Land of blue jeans, muscle cars, bald eagles, and burgers. And while muscle cars lost their muscle, blue jeans got all skinny on us.
I can't feel my legs.
And bald eagles got, well, balder.
Oh no, is it obvious?
No way are we giving up on burgers. That's why I created the All-American Ribeye Burger, made with 100% ribeye beef, fresh spring mix, and provolone cheese on a potato bun.
It's a good-looking burger.
Ribeye burgers are back, America. Try them today.
Be your own man. Not the man from the movies or the cover of that magazine. Be clean and groomed. Know how they're different. Be good with different. Just for men hair and beard care. Be the better man you are and look the part.
When I have a breakout from eczema, I feel like I'm not me anymore. I feel like I'm in this shell.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief relieves 5 frustrating symptoms of eczema with 2 times the soothing oatmeal.
I got my skin back.
Gold Bond.
The ghouls and goblins are coming to feast, and Specs has the most that'll cost you the least. Your party needs potions, and Specs has quite a few. A selection so grand it'll obstruct your view. The spookiest spirits with drop-dead savings, for Specs slays your cravings. With so many beers and the finest of wine, the undead will fall right in line. Pirates and witches, a lone musketeer, all at Specs, 'cause the fun starts.
Well, we know we're going to see a lot of dunks this year with DeAndre Jordan. Jordan has 1 tonight. You're seeing highlights of the 3 that he had against the Phoenix Suns in the first quarter of the game on Wednesday. We show you those 3 to tell you this. Over the last 5 seasons, DeAndre Jordan is running away with the league lead in slam dunks, almost 1,200. He has well over 300 more than the next guy on the list, Dwight Howard. And you're going to see some good dunkers on this list, guys. But DeAndre Jordan, that is his domain over the last 5 years in terms of being by far the league's leader when it comes to slam dunks.
Well, look at here. There's a dunk from Jordan, just like you were alluding to, Mark. But some guys, they've been around long enough to know what their role is, and they play it. And that's Jordan. Stays in the inside. Wesley, nice left-handed finish.
I like that because, you know, Wes had a rough night the other night offensively. That's a good way to get him going early, is a little bunny right there at the rim. Good post-up.
Scored 15 points, started slowly, got to the free throw line some of the second half to help them at 5 for 6 at the line. Matthews did on Wednesday. Matthews guarding Wiggins. Finney-Smith digging in on a Gibson post-up. Strong move and a finish with the left hand.
I like the patience there that time by Gibson. Dorian Finney-Smith might be the Mavericks' best defender on the floor. And all due respect to Wesley Matthews, you can't let him get that post.
Offensive rebounds. And the three-pointer put up by Smith is off the front rim. Transition.
He is attacking.
But Jeff Teague is one of those guys, and I think anytime he starts off the game making outside shots, he gains confidence off the bounce all the way, taking the contact. I say back off of him, and he's shooting the three well.
Right.
But you don't want to give Jeff that first step to the rim. He causes a lot of problems for you. So
over his career, a remarkably consistent player. Last 6 years has averaged between 14 and 16 and a half points. Shot between 43 and 46% from the floor. Doesn't vary a lot. Solid, consistent player. Two defenders went to Luka. He found the open man in the corner, and the three is drilled by Wesley Matthews.
I mean, no hesitation from Luka. Right to the open guy, recognizing where the help came from. Now Wesley able to knock it in.
No hesitation.
Big Karl Anthony Towns, who shot 42% last year from the three-point line, drills that one.
That's just his second one of this season.
Matthews rims it out. It's kept alive on the offensive glass. The Mavs have it. A deflection by Okogie. He tries to save it off Luka, and the ruling eventually is Dallas ball.
Did Luka anticipate him throwing the ball off of him and jump in advance of that? He's the basketball savvy.
One together for the 19-year-old, the second youngest player ever to appear in a game for the Mavs. Luka, step back three, front rim. Minnesota scored on 5 straight possessions. 6 straight possessions on the team 3 ball.
A back-to-back situation for Minnesota, and it doesn't look like it because they're off and running, guns blazing for the Timberwolves, shooting the ball very well right now.
Well, I saw Phoenix make 19 threes on Wednesday and hard 4-for-4 for Minnesota. They look to go 5-for-5 on threes. They missed the 3, Okogie from the corner, but Matthews has fouled Karl Anthony Towns in a second chance situation.
Just a step slow. Minnesota really coming in here, trying to make things happen.
West was so emotional. I don't think he fouled him. There's no... Pretty motivated there talking to the ref.
At Southwest Kia, work with a non-commissioned salesperson, and all new Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Foul is the third in the quarter on the Mavs. For Matthews, it's his second of the game. And Rick Carlisle going down to the bench now with Jalen Brunson and J.J. Barea going in. Smith has gone out. Matthews is out with 2 fouls. The Mavs are down Dirk, Harrison Barnes, and Devin Harris tonight. Harris strained his hamstring in the first half of Wednesday's opener. The free throws by Towns, putting Minnesota in front by 15 points at a dive cut, and Barea got caught up in the defense, and Minnesota's forced another turnover. It is all rolling in the right direction for the Timberwolves right now.
Well, they've thrown the first punch, Mark, in this contest. And they came in here to take a look at JJ's cut. Wiggins gets a hand on it. JJ screamed.
Unfortunately, that didn't help the cause.
The referees.
It was a very aggressive sell job.
Andrew Wiggins turns it over at the other end, and then Brunson turns it over on this end.
Good close.
Minnesota was ready for the roll. They had that covered well. Towns, Gibson looks for him. Mavs have it back. What is happening here? All the turnovers. And nearly another one, but a save by Smith, and Brunson hits a 3. The rookie in his second game knocks down the corner 3.
They needed that basket. I mean, there's a turnover, too, by Minnesota, but Dallas needs to stop the bleeding.
A lot of apple turnovers right now for the Timberwolves. Three-pointer by Brunson, three-point play chance for DeAndre. As the Mavs try to lift themselves up off the mat, as Hartman Skin said, Minnesota has landed an early haymaker. Dallas has got to dig out of the big hole.
Well, you can't do it in one play, but this is a good start. Excellent find to Jordan, and he goes up strong. See, Dorian Finney-Smith finds Brunson in the corner, and the rookie answers the bell from the corner.
I don't think I realized Dorian had gone behind his back that first time. That was really nice because a lot of chaos going on in that transition possession.
11 points, 12 rebounds for DeAndre. Double-double in the first game of the season. Rims out the free throw.
That's his first miss this season.
1 for 2.
Right?
1 for 2 for DeAndre. 6'11", 11th season in the NBA from Texas A&M. Great to have him in Dallas. Hope you got a chance to see the interview we had at shoot-around this morning. That was tonight. From the weak side, the tower of power. DeAndre Jordan erasing that shot.
You know, and that's why they have Dorian on Karl Anthony Towns, so DeAndre can come over from the weak side and do just that.
Finney Smith for 3. Josh Okogie, the rookie. First start tonight for the first-round pick from Georgia Tech. First game action, as a matter of fact. Gibson, good touch, feathery touch on that pull-up jumper.
You never hear about Gibson, but every single night he makes a difference out on the floor. Excellent drive by J.J. Barea.
Lay it up and in amongst the trees. Mavs are down by 10. They've already trailed by 15. Tyus Jones came in a moment ago for Minnesota. Okogie set a back pick up top as Towns heads down to the block.
Bad call.
I agree. Dorian was right there.
Foul Dorian Finney-Smith, 4th foul of the quarter on the Mavs.
Well, when you start talking about charges, Mark, you have to be square. And Finney-Smith looked pretty darn square there. Maybe a step late, but I thought he did a good job moving his feet and cutting off that attempted drive by Towns.
It looked like shoulder right into chest to me, Harp. I think you're right. I think that was a call that should have gone the Mavericks' way.
Maxi Kleber, 8 points in the opener. Dwight Powell doubled that and was the team's leading scorer with 16. He's in the game. Also, Derrick Rose has gone in now for Minnesota. And the Mavs have gone over the foul limit with their 5th foul in the quarter. Almost 8 minutes in. And this is one of those points of education aspects for the NBA this year. Freedom of movement. Holding up a guy on the inbounds pass.
Don't you feel like a lot of the rules are kind of geared towards more points?
Yes. Well, look what's happening. 112 points a game is what teams are averaging.
That's
right
exactly right. It's working. Whatever the method is.
The number last year for the season was a little over 106 points a game. And small sample size, of course.
Yeah.
But 4 days in, 112 a game.
Your losers are dropping 110. You know what it's like? It's like what they did with the secondary in the NFL to try to free up the passing game and look at the passing numbers going on in the NFL.
Free throws are up. About 4 per game so far. There are obviously a lot more fouls being called as players adjust to the rules in terms of impeding movement.
Nice. JJ working Derrick Rose, drawing the free throws.
He's going to change his call? No, he's not. I thought that he was. And JJ got Derrick Rose in a bad position there and did the smart thing. Just jumped right into him because he was all out of sorts on the defensive side.
J.J. Barea's numbers last season, they were all career best in what was his 12th year in the NBA. Now in his 13th season from Northeastern University, the pride of Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. Closing in on being 7th in Mavs history in games played. Another 11 appearances will move him past Sean and Bradley for that score.
Somebody made a mistake not drafting J.J. Barea.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
How did that happen?
It happened.
Like 30 mistakes.
Outside Rose for 3, and Minnesota is in can't-miss mode tonight when it comes to shooting the ball from deep. They're 5 for 6.
Well, they played last night. They almost gave up a 21-point lead against Cleveland last night. So they shot it well then.
Goal, finish, Dwight Powell. 3-point play opportunity.
I don't know the last Maverick that has gotten as much better as Dwight Powell has gotten from the time he came here till now. It is just exceptional.
Rose hard. He and JJ have a good rapport in the pick and roll situation. And Dwight Powell led the Mavericks in scoring with 16 the other night against Phoenix. A big part of Dallas staying close until Booker booked them.
They did get Devin Booker the other night, no doubt about that.
Well,
a good pick and roll, just like an orchestra. JJ conducts it. Dwight Powell's over there playing the tuba, and he rolls to the basket and gets the finish. 3-point play for Powell. Down by 10. Mavs trying to dig out. Rose, bad miss.
That's not him.
Stops the ball. JJ in the lane. Gorgie Jang trying to catch up. Wiggins trying to keep him out. Neither one gets it done.
That's a strong drive. JJ uses his body extremely well when he's going to the rim.
Off the screen, squaring up. Three missed by Wiggins. And a lovely rebound by Maxi Kleber.
Big board, man. Went up high to get it. He rebounded well last year, picking up where he left off.
And he looks to make an impact from the other end, and he does. Three-ball Maxi Kleber from J.J. Barea. The Mavs have scored 8 straight. And they've done a lot of work to dig out of that 15-point hole early on. They're down by 5. Well, we've seen a lot of good things happen by Maxi Kleber in the preseason and early on this year. And another three up and in for Maxi. Dallas down by 5. The Pioneer Square, Saturday night. Mavs, Timberwolves, American Airlines Center. 2:40 left in the first quarter. Minnesota leads Dallas 31-26. Jimmy Butler's not here tonight for Minnesota, but I can promise you that Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins are here. Tonight's Follow-Up Fun Facts, fellas.
Oh, I like
this. The consecutive games played streak leaders in the NBA right now are with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, 249 and 242. Consecutive games played, and Wiggins is going to the free throw line on a cut to the basket and a foul.
I'm going to disagree with this just because I want to. I thought he got a clean block up there. Let's take a look at it, Hart.
Oh, this is Yusuke.
Boom. That's a clean block. That's a clean block to me. I mean,
he was in good position, that's for sure. Maxi, that is.
Might have been something down around the body.
Yeah,
always got
a lot of contact. Yeah.
You know, the thing about those guys playing in consecutive games, and keep in mind that Karl Anthony Towns hasn't missed a game in his career. Andrew Wiggins has only missed one. Back in his second season, he missed one game due to knee soreness. Not only do they play every game, but they're out on the floor a whole lot. Tibbs has got those guys playing 36 minutes a game.
Well, you add 20-plus points with both those guys. And not only are they out there all the time, but they're very productive as well.
Man, that was a shove in the back there from Wiggins as Powell went up. That's a really scary thing, Harp. You know better than anybody. You're going in and you're vulnerable, and then you get a shove in the back. That ain't cool. Here's the play.
They got caught in a bad way. And Wiggins, opposed to giving up the easy one, push him in the back.
A play that is going to be reviewed.
You know,
for flagrant foul potential.
Yeah, and in regular action, it looked pretty bad. Slowed down, it obviously doesn't look as vicious.
Let's hear what Zach Zarba says here. I can hear what he's saying to the scores table.
Renee, can you lean in and listen there?
Personal foul on Wiggins. The foul is being reviewed to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
They are going to review, whether or not this should be a flagrant foul. Ruling on the floor is personal foul. They'll see if a flagrant should be assessed.
You know, I bleed Mavs. But if that's a flagrant foul,
I feel you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to Zach Zarba. Honestly, I'm gonna run down there and just have a conversation with him.
I mean, look, if they want to go ahead and call it, I'm not going to argue with
it. I'll take it, no question. However, my goodness, can't do anything.
2:21, that is, left in the first quarter.
It's a good call. Common foul.
Okay. After review, the ruling on the floor is a common foul. Common foul.
Minnesota is over the limit. So the good news is Dallas is still going to get free throws out of this. And Wiggins has 2 fouls now, by the way.
So it all bodes well for the Mavs.
I like that they named a foul after one of my favorite rappers, Common. God, he's great.
You know, he is great, but they did not name the foul after him.
Are you sure about that?
Relatively.
All right. But you don't know that for sure.
Obviously, I can't disprove it.
Right.
Don't get into a spat about it.
I mean, I just want you to have the facts before you defiantly state that is not named after the rapper Common.
I mean, I guess I can't unprove it, disprove it, whatever.
If you're watching, Common, send us a tweet. Let us know what you think.
That's Skinway.
Tommy's not going to send you a tweet. Okay?
He might. He might. Loves to hear his name on an NBA broadcast.
You think so?
No.
Good aim by Dallas. Yeah, Derrick Rose lost it. Powell hit the free throws. Mavericks running. Brunson driving. Ryan Brokoff is in. And that's what he does. Hit threes.
Yeah, but you got to give Brunson a lot of credit, Mark. He went right to the guy. There were a couple of guys on the perimeter. And Brunson's ability to get inside.
Tip in. Gorgie Jang, who was very good last night, especially in the fourth quarter against Cleveland.
Yeah, when you substitute, when you go to your bench, what happens there, Mark? And I think Dallas will win a lot of games when this group is out on the floor. These guys play with a lot of energy. They play hard. And they don't give up a lot of easy baskets.
Brunson and Brokaw make it work again. Brokaw just off target. Mavs down by 4. They had scored on 7 straight possessions before Brokaw was off target on the three-point try. Derrick Rose, bad miss. Rose trying to rebound his own miss and does and scores.
Wow. Beating there.
That's a grown man.
Yeah, man.
Put back right there. Derrick Rose looks good.
Playing hard.
Yes, he is. Nice behind right there.
Maxi Kleber had made his first three-point attempts this year before that one came up well short.
You know, sometimes you're so wide open that you think about it just enough not to shoot it with the rhythm. If you notice, he aimed that shot, kind of, opposed to just catching it and shooting it regularly with his form.
Last minute of the first quarter. First quarter had a pretty rough spell for the Mavs, but things have gotten a lot better. Tyus Jones, Jang. Unfortunately, Minnesota just keeps on hurting them downtown. 6 of 8 now on threes.
And a first quarter where they give up 40. Rick's going to hate that.
Minnesota on a 7-0 run right now.
And you thought that Rick was in a foul mood after giving up 37 in the first quarter against Phoenix on Wednesday.
Well, that's why I alluded to the defense being the thing that has to change for this team. Tyus Jones knocks down another little pull-up jump shot.
Shot clock problem right now. You had Barea bank in a 3 before that. And then Tyus Jones. 4th year in the league. JJ's bank shot.
Bank's open. And the time is 8:10.
Hey, these days you can always you can always make a deposit.
24-hour banking's a real thing.
There is a 1-second different shot clock, game clock. This is maybe just the new reality of the NBA. Points are being scored in bunches everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Dwight Powell for 3 from JJ. Yes, sir.
All right. Huge.
If I may be on pace guy, the Mavs are on pace to take 63s tonight. After they go 6 for 15 in the first quarter, what's the call going to be here?
It's charge. And a tee on Rick.
And a basket for Minnesota and a foul on Dallas for a 3-point play chance. Broke off the foul. Rose got it. And I love the continuation calls of the NBA. That I even think is a pretty generous continuation.
I would completely concur with you on the call there. Broke off. Looked like he had pretty good position.
That's one of the really hard ones, too.
It's a tough turnaround, though. Dallas was right there, just down by 5 points. With a second left on the clock. We talk often about closing out quarters.
Yeah.
And Dallas was on their way to do so until this last possession.
Nothing more demoralizing. You hit a shot with whatever it was 5 or 6 seconds, and then they come back at you and score.
That's exactly right.
And it's 4 points.
Yeah.
The technical foul, free throw, and the 3-point play. Baseball pass, caught by Powell. Oh, that was about to work and still First quarter is over. I need to catch my breath. There were 83 points scored in the first quarter. Dang. There have been nights when that's been a half. You knew it was going to be a night like this when DeAndre Jordan wore what he wore before the game tonight. Sure. Just caught a glimpse of that. After one, Minnesota up 46-37 on Mavs Saturday night.
The Hyundai Elantra and Sonata. Technology never looked so good. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Get up to $3,750 in total savings or 0% APR on the 2018 Sonata. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
The A1 Chicken Hearty Burger's back. I love the A1 Thick and Hearty Burger. Absolutely the best thing ever.
You asked for it, and it's back.
It's back! It comes with 200% pure beef patties.
You have the crunchiness of the bacon, the onions, the way it all comes together. The sauce plays a big role in a sandwich. When you combine it with everything, that's what makes it so good.
A1 Thick and Hearty! It's back. That's the A1 Thick and Hearty Burger.
It's back at Whataburger for a limited time.
It's a little piece of heaven right here.
The Hyundai Tucson is the highest-ranked small SUV in both initial and long-term quality. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Use your 750 Auto Show bonus cash to get up to $4,250 in total savings on the 2018 Tucson. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Remember your first bike? No, your first real bike. So can you imagine the feeling you'll get from your first real truck? The GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC with nearly $11,200 total value on this specially equipped GMC Sierra SLT.
Monday on Fox Sports Southwest.
The second quarter about to start. Can it top the first quarter? Based on the numbers, it's going to be really difficult. In the first quarter, the Mavs and Minnesota combined for 83 points. Minnesota shot 62%, Dallas 52%. Mavs bench really gave them a lift. Brunson, Kleba, Barea, Powell, Brokoff, all of them scored. Part of that 26-point effort off the bench. But Minnesota still practically scoring it. Will Gorgie Jang in the paint slams it home.
And it starts on the ball, Mark. You have to keep these guards of the Timberwolves out of the lane. Otherwise, you're going to get the bigs in foul trouble, and you're going to give up a lot of layups like that last possession.
Thunderous finish on the oop from J.J.
All J.J. Barea. He set that up beautifully by knocking the defense off and lobbing it up to Powell when he felt like his defender was on it.
Really similar to what Rose did the last time down as well, orchestrating.
Tyus Jones off the dribble, the pull-up, mid-range no good. Powell cleans the glass. Powell is the leading scorer for the Mavs tonight with 10. He led them on Wednesday with 16. J.J. won't go down. You could hear the yell. Still didn't work out.
That was the second murderous scream of the night from J.J. Barea, if you're keeping track at home.
Anthony Tolliver joining Minnesota in the offseason. Missed the three. Brunson, deflection out of bounds. Still Mavs ball. J.J. to Powell. We've seen it many, many times before, and a lot of times it produces highlight reels like this.
Well, and you see J at the last minute, Mark. His defender came over, and that's what freed up Dwight Powell for an outstanding finish.
Brokoff, corner three. J.J., how about that offensive rebound? He beats Brunson. His three's no good.
Dallas been good on the offensive glass. Go get him! Go get him!
Back down by Rose. Rhea, first foul.
JJ's a lot like me. I've never fouled anybody.
JJ and you and the rest of the NBA.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Dirk's the only guy who raises his hand when he's been called for a foul.
He went straight up, though, in all fairness to him. But, again, in a bad way. When you're not square, I just didn't like that call.
Remember last year that Derrick Rose, things didn't work out well in his time in Cleveland.
Right.
And so after leaving the Cavaliers, he reunited with Tibbs. He played the last 9 games of the year in Minnesota. And he is taking on a bigger role. I think a lot of the Jamal Crawford minutes that Jamal Crawford had with Minnesota last year now fall on the plate for Derrick Rose.
Well, Mark, if the guy didn't get injured early in his career and throughout his career, I think we'd still be talking about Derrick Rose as one of the better point guards in this league. The guy can play. The question for him has always been being healthy throughout seasons.
Usually it's not a question about making free throws, but he just had a donut at the line going 0 for 2. Brunson lost the ball. Jang on the floor. Minnesota has it. And here comes Tyus Jones, and he fires it up ahead. Luke is back in the game. He defends Derrick Rose. Powell with the rebound. On your point, in the previous 6 seasons, out of a possible 492 games, Derrick Rose only played in 216.
Wow. That's a former MVP.
Brunson gave the ball up, and we have a 3 seconds in the lane call on offense.
Nothing hurts you more, Mark, than overpassing. You know, when you get good shots, you got to take those shots. Otherwise, you get 3-second call, and you don't get the right rhythm shot in that situation. Unfortunate for Dallas. They turned down 2 good ones.
Went around the defense to find Chang. Then Chang tried to make a bounce pass through the defense. Nothing doing. Brunson pulling 3. Powell the tip out rebound, and it finds the hands of Dennis Smith. And then it's a great pass by Brunson. A look away inside. Pump fake Powell. And Gorgie Chang has put him on the line with 9:20 to play in the half. We have seen, honestly, I think, I was a little surprised the numbers aren't higher. Mavs have turned it over 8 times. Timberwolves have turned it over 6 times. The Ford leaderboard will show us that last year, these were the best 2 teams in the league when it came to taking care of the basketball, both averaging just a little bit over 12 turnovers.
Well, you have to protect it, Mark. Obviously, we're talking about possessions. When you start talking about turn the basketball over, Dallas already has 8 turnovers. In game 1, they had 9 the whole night.
Jeff Teague is back.
Rose gave him a lot, man. Played really, really well, really, really hard.
I would say one of his best stretches of the young season so far. 9 points in 7 minutes.
Keep saying young season because I think a lot of people think we're already in the playoffs just based on some of the comments that I hear after one game.
Yeah. I got to say, Golden State and Utah played a game last night that had intensity reminiscent of playoffs.
I tell you what, Utah, we know Golden State's going to be great. Utah's going to be a dangerous team this year.
Wiggins with a foul.
And I tell you, when it comes to skill, athleticism, Wiggins has the skill set and the body type to be a superstar.
Absolutely.
In this league. He got there, pretty good defense by Powell. He goes to the left hand with a soft finish inside. Gifted player.
On 2 dudes.
I mean,
excuse me, Mark, he needs to average more rebounds.
Yeah.
Insert himself a little bit more as a player, I think is what everybody in this league would echo about Wiggins.
If he played with the same motor of Butler, for example, sky's the limit.
4.5 rebounds a game last year, 3.5 rebounds. I'm sorry, 4.5 rebounds a game to start this season.
Yeah, 2 games.
And I thought coming out of college he'd be an elite defender with his skill set.
He's been looking for DeAndre and tough, tight quarters to make that pass.
So it's so tight that you got to look at the rim. You got to get that one up. I think that was a shot that Luka can make because he was so deep in the paint.
To your point, Harp, I think DeAndre was so deep he expected the shot to go up.
Teague's runner off the back rim. DeAndre the outlet pass. Matthews to Smith, who will have it go at Gorgie Chang and blows right past him.
It's a good decision by DSJ that time. Kind of lured the defense to sleep. Got to be ready to play defense, though.
Teague driving kick. Tolliver with Minnesota's 7th 3 in the first half.
I'm not going to wear it out, but dribble penetration again is a problem for Dallas tonight.
Back-to-back years, Minnesota's been last in the league in three-pointers attempted, but the 3 is really paying off for him tonight as Anthony Tolliver darn near put DeAndre Jordan in a headlock.
Can't do that, can you?
That probably should be looked at, I'm thinking.
It's a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's that headlock you were talking about.
I mean, there it is.
Oh, man.
That is a side headlock.
And he's telling him, sorry about all that vicious stuff I just did. That's DFW resident Anthony Tolliver.
Actually a pretty smart foul when he really gets down to it.
DeAndre with 2 free throws, 8:07 left in the second quarter. You can still get your Mavs fix and catch marquee matchups by purchasing a 10-game plan. By becoming a 10-game plan ticket member, you have access to exclusive member perks. Visit Mavs.com/10 for more information. I mean, Skin, I grew up watching Bill Mercer and Mark Lawrence. I know a side headlock when I see a side headlock.
I know you do.
And Tolliver just put one on DeAndre Jordan.
And I know
who did you grow up watching?
The 2 notable wrestling announcers.
Oh, okay. You know me. I'm not a wrestler. More of a boxer.
Harp's becoming an MMA guy as the years go.
Not all the Knicks had to wrestle a little bit in the early 90s.
That was boxing, too.
Okay. Other one saw Van Gundy wrestle Alonzo Mourning.
Dennis Smith Jr., good pull-up off the screen.
Sure was.
Jordan really loosened up the defense with the screen.
Those big screens that Jordan sets gonna free you up. I said earlier, I think DJ can get that shot, or DSJ can get that shot anytime.
Teague trying to break down the defense. He got inside. His scoop layup is missed, and eventually the Mavs collect the ball. He had an overdrive and slammed on the brakes. Smith on the sideline. Wesley Matthews. Man. Karl Anthony Towns has made a slow walk to the scores table and will be coming back in at the next stoppage and play.
Yeah, he's had a slow night in this first half, 1 for 4. Just still can't get on track. There's something going on mentally with Karl Anthony Towns. And we know about all of the hoopla that's going on with this team. He's really been effective.
Down went Matthews, driving to the lane. Wiggins, good hand by Smith to get in the passing lane, but then Smith commits a loose ball foul, which 5 minutes into this second quarter is the Mavs' third team foul. Gibson and Towns have both gone in, so the starting lineups are on the floor for both teams now.
It's pretty interesting, too, when you look at it. You know, the Mavs are opting to defend Karl Anthony Towns with Dorian.
So far, so good.
Maybe to defend those three-point shots, and then obviously when he gets it on the block, DeAndre's job is to help like that.
Benny Smith coming down for the rebound. Smith, reach-in foul on Josh Okogie. It's a third-team foul on Minnesota here in the second quarter. Minnesota's led by as many as 15. They are currently in front by 8. Off the pick by Jordan, open pull-up jumper. Dennis Smith Jr., a half dozen points for the Mavericks' second-year point guard.
NBA recently released its breakdown of international players per roster. The Mavericks have 7 international players. That is the most in the NBA. JJ Barea says it's great to have the entire world represented. It makes for a good locker room, and when that locker room includes the greatest European player of all time, it makes for a championship team. Of course, these numbers are not really surprising with Donnie Nelson at the helm in the front offices. Donnie is as highly regarded an international scout as there is, and before the game, he told me he would go anywhere across the globe to try to make this team better, guys.
And Luka Doncic on cue, one of those international players with basket number 1 for him tonight, and an opportunity to tack on one more point as he was fouled in the act of shooting.
Let me take a look, Harv. You think he's been passive before this tonight?
Not passive, just looking to get other people involved, I think, is what his first mindset is. But that's attack,
yeah,
and able to finish through contact. Didn't get that free throw to go, though.
Needs to look for a shot, though. I mean,
no question.
I'm happy to invite my friends over and cook in the backyard and barbecue, but at some time, I mean, you know, Oliver needs to eat too, and Luka needs to eat every once in a while.
Luka definitely needs to eat, Mark, if the Mavericks are going to be good as we think they're going to be, and he'll figure it out. It's still on-the-job training for this young 19-year-old.
You got to eat your own brisket. You can't expect somebody else to eat the brisket. You seasoned it. You took all the time. You had the slow barbecue going. Come on, man.
Well, I'm happy to think of others, of course. And hey, you guys
after
have
you
your
eat
food.
Yeah, after you eat, then the rest of you guys come in here and eat.
You're over there working on the potato salad until it's time.
Hey, nice hustle on the jump ball. Wesley Matthews runs it down. Gets a ball back from Luka. Here's a drive. Alley-oop connection between Matthews and DeAndre Jordan. It's a 4-point game.
Terrific find that time. Mavericks on an 8-0 run in this contest have themselves right back where they need to be, just down 4.
15 was Minnesota's largest lead in the game tonight. And this call is on Andrew Wiggins. Offensive foul, third foul of the first half on Wiggins.
And Mark, the defense has gotten better. Mavericks gave up 46, I think, in that first quarter. And Minnesota just 54 points right now. So things have certainly got better. Wesley Matthews finding DeAndre Jordan. for a jam.
Guys, as Wiggins gets his third foul, look how small Minnesota's going to go here. Rose comes in for him. So they're going with 3 smaller players along the perimeter.
Smith. Luka, quick pass. Finney Smith. And a hand by Teague, and a loose ball picked up by Gibson. But Luka Doncic has it. And Luka will let her rip. Yes, sir. Three-pointer.
It's smoked brisket.
Inside, Derrick Rose gliding up the baseline. Quick answer, at least for the time being, to snuff out the energy of the crowd.
You see what defense does for you, though. When you get stopped, you can get yourself out and get some easy baskets.
Finney Smith bluffed the 3. Matthews posting up Derrick Rose. Tough shot. Battling after the rebound, and it's out of bounds off Minnesota. Dallas ball, 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
The effort is there right now for the Mavs in the second quarter.
Minnesota scored 10 points in 7 minutes of second quarter play after the 46-point eruption in the first. Off the inbound to the corner. Mavs have climbed the mountain, down 15 in the first quarter. They've erased that deficit as Luka just tied it up.
Yep, Dallas doing the little things. That's a great find underneath the basket that time.
Sneaky good find.
Yes, it was. It really was very cunning.
Dribble handoff between Towns and Rose.
That's good defense.
Kept alive by Josh Okogie and rolled out of bounds off the foot of Dorian Finney-Smith.
I think you're right, yeah.
We are tied at 56 because Luka Doncic has gone back-to-back from downtown.
Well, that's just good effort right there. Good hands, wide open, pulled the trigger, knocked it in. He's starting to eat, Mark. I don't know what it is, but he's starting to eat.
He smelled it. It was delicious. He decided to get some of that.
Towns telling everybody to get out of the way. Here comes a double team to help out. Foul.
That's a late call, too.
And there's been a technical foul call on Wesley Matthews, too.
Yeah. Again, you only do things to hurt yourself right now. You're on a great run, in a good rhythm on both sides of the floor. Want to stay poised in this situation.
Teague, free throw for the Matthews technical. A foul on Dennis Smith is why Karl Anthony Towns will step to the line for a couple. They ran a double over.
You know, for a lot of our viewers that was watching DeAndre talk to Wesley Matthews there, as he's obviously very animated. Not only is DeAndre emerged as a leader, immediately vocal leader, but remember, him and Wesley go way back. They're old friends. They know each other really well.
When he came to shooting the basketball, Karl Anthony Towns, every aspect of his game was excellent last year. When you include free throw shooting, the stat true shooting percentage, which is field goal, three-pointer, and free throw percentage all brought together. True shooting percentage, Karl Anthony Towns last year was in the top 10 of the league, 64%.
He's in a bad way right now, though, as a player. He's going to have to find himself. He's going to have to regroup before he sees those numbers that he produced last year.
Okogie, rookie, trying to go over the screen with a foul.
You know what Tibbs likes about Okogie is his effort, his defensive prowess. Very physical young player.
On the free throw line, Luka Doncic. 8 points in the quarter. Didn't score in the first. Now 9 in the quarter for Luka. 4:24 to go in the second.
He's been a big part of this run that Dallas has established.
I think this crowd's ready to feed off of him. There's so much hype for him coming in. Of course, the highest drafted pick for the Mavericks going all the way back to Jay Kidd, I believe.
Highest is Jason Kidd. 2 for 2 on the line.
The buzz is real. People are excited and they want to see it.
Mark was just talking about Josh Okogie and why Tibbs likes him. Was born in Nigeria, moved to Snellville, Georgia at 3 years old. Went to college at Georgia Tech. Minnesota drafted him number 20 last summer. Playing his first NBA action tonight with Jimmy Butler out, resting on the second night of a back-to-back. Remember, Butler didn't start practicing with the team until last week.
Like, we've worn out. It's been worn out, well documented. the issues for Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But a guy like Butler that plays as hard as he does, Mark, give me that guy any minute. That's good.
And it is. That it is.
And Kogi got work.
See, forget about facilitating all the time.
Yeah.
You know, the team that has the most points. Good defense by Smith.
Finney Smith takes it away. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns just ran over Doncic at the other end. It's George from J.J. Barea. And finally, the Mavericks, taste the flavor of the lead for the first time tonight.
Defense to offense creates easy opportunities.
The Mavs only had one lead on Wednesday in Phoenix at 2-0. They have their first lead on this Mavs Saturday night, thanks to defense turning into offense. Down by one, Finney Smith with a strip. And then it's JJ up top and softly finished that time by DeAndre Jordan.
Look, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. That's why this is the view for every other full-size pickup. And this year, it's deja vu all over again. Because only the Ford F-150 gives you best-in-class torque, best-in-class payload, and you got it, baby, best-in-class towing. This is the big dog. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Current owners can now drive an F-150 with 0 for 66 plus $3,750 total savings. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
Well, it's another great day at Standard Insurance. Like every day, we're getting ready to pass our great savings on to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Catch the savings!
Texans continue to score savings on car and home insurance while having the protection they deserve.
At Standard Insurance, we've been saving our customers money on their home.
As the Mavs have turned a double-digit deficit into their first lead of the game, 62-61.
You got to like what they're doing right now as a team. Really engaged on both ends.
Derrick Rose drives it. Okogie moves it. Teague, wow, scoop to the hoop. That is a fancy finish by Jeff Teague.
Really sexy there.
10th year from Wake Forest, second year with Minnesota. Most of his career with the Atlanta Hawks, 7 seasons there. Had a year stopover with the Pacers. Foul, Josh Okogie. Free throws coming up for Doncic.
See, those are wasted fouls. And as a young player, he'll learn not to put himself in that situation.
Third foul for the rookie. And remember that Wiggins already has 3 fouls for Minnesota. 2:46 left in the first half. It's a tie game. Skin just referenced this. Let's look at it here on the screen. The highest draft picks or draft night acquisitions for the Mavericks. Mark Aguirre, first pick in 1981. Jason Kidd, second pick, 1994. And there's Luka, third pick, 2018. Haven't had a player that highly picked here in a long, long time.
With high draft picks comes a lot of expectation. So hopefully the Mavericks do it. That's offense.
Well, when you look at it too, Harp, not only is it a high draft pick, you pretty much gave up 2 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
You know, when you trade, you technical foul. Jeff Teague.
And Teague is turning and saying something to JJ.
Which is
not
strange.
happy about that offensive foul.
Which strange for Jeff Teague. He never has much to say.
Yeah. Pretty steady Eddie in all regards.
Absolutely, Mike. One of those guys that I wonder how he plays the point. I mean, it's an obvious foul. Obviously, JJ does a good job of selling the fouls in that situation. However, I really felt like JJ got the best of that one and able to draw the foul, and there was a technical foul issued.
I totally enjoy Barea smiling while Teague is losing his cool.
Well, we have not heard the last of that matchup tonight.
I would certainly agree.
Oh, we're about to see it on center stage again, but it's Finney Smith who goes under the defense. Matthews. Close out by Gibson. Matthews missed the shots. And a foul. Foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. 17 left in the first half.
You know, Followell, the shot by West didn't go, but that was a great shot fake by Dorian. He floored it, sucked in the defense, and made a perfect on-time, on-target pass. Just continued growth from Dorian, all the different things he's added to his game.
Okogie. He played well in 2 years at Georgia Tech. 16 points a game as a freshman, 18 points a game as a sophomore.
A lot of upside for Okogie.
But right now, just trying to stay above water on the first game in the NBA, right?
Yeah. And guys like that, Mark, you're going to bring them along slow. But I think this is a good test for him. This is a good opportunity. Your best offensive player back in Minnesota, so you're going to get opportunities. That's a nice find.
Tip out rebound after the Finney-Smith miss. DeAndre with the board. DeAndre with the pass. Matthews has it blocked by Taj Gibson. Okogie went 1 for 2 at the line. Minnesota has the lead again. Now Okogie is wide open and hits a three. His first NBA basket and the 8th Minnesota three of the first half.
Good looking stroke too. Organized himself quickly. Nice rotation on that jumper.
I was impressed with the Karl Anthony Towns pass.
JJ missed a three. And the Mavs have hit a spell here. 2-3 trips down the floor where they haven't been able to get anything to fall. Teague in the lane. He somehow found Rose over there.
Tough shot.
Really tough. And the result predictable. Tough shot, bad miss. Okogie, another foul, his 4th.
Wow.
Bad sign. Remember Wiggins over there with 3. Okogie's now got 4.
Well, you got to go deeper into your bench is what Tibbs has to do right now.
We might end up seeing some more smaller lineups out there, Hart, because of that.
We're going to see C.J. Williams go into the game. Williams is a player on a 2-way contract. He was with the Clippers last year.
Yep.
He's been in Mavericks training camp in the past.
Pretty steady player, too, all around. There's a lot of good stuff.
He shined last year when he got his opportunity with the Clippers.
Clippers, absolutely.
Yep. A lot of injuries, and he stepped up and played well, and played so well that he used up all of his days on his 2-way contract.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No?
Although it's out of your control.
Williams into the game. 2 free throws made. Doncic has a 15-point second quarter. Towns inside. Defense by DeAndre. And the rebound is collected by Finney-Smith.
I've liked the defensive game plan of having Jordan come over on the weak side so that the smaller players can cover Karl Anthony Towns shooting threes on the outside.
As Matthews turning around. Towns to the basket to tie it.
Wesley's gotten better as a scorer around the basket.
Teague with a quick attack. C.J. Williams for 3, too much on it.
That's a tough shot when you first check in the game.
This, however, is not a tough shot for Barea. It was online, but it came up short. It's Doncic, though, digs out the rebound. And he has another one, but it's a foul. Matthews missed the 3-ball. And then a loose ball foul on Luka Doncic with 37.8 to play in the first half.
It's about a 4-inch height advantage for Luka. Let's see it.
That's just an easy. That's an easy play for the officials to make. I mean, whether he fouled him or not isn't the point. But being behind the guy, the officials are going to make that call more times than not, unfortunately, for Dallas.
And I think, too, Harp, to your point, it looked like Teague kind of jumped backwards, so they see that contact. Yeah. Doesn't matter that Luka's so much higher than him.
Teague had 9 points in the win against Cleveland last night. He has 12 tonight. He had 27 in the opener against San Antonio. Last year, he only bettered that number 1 time with a 30-point game last season. Always has been a good free throw shooter. Hit 84.5% last year at the line.
Teague is pretty steady as a point guard in this league.
Yes.
They're far and in between, but he's one of those guys that you have to respect and appreciate what he does.
16 for 16 on free throws this year. Thought the Mavs might get a 2 for 1, but that's not going to happen. As Matthews goes inside, DeAndre has it back. Towns saving it in. Right to DeAndre. A basket-shaking dunk by DeAndre.
Well, you talk about being in the right place at the right time. I mean, Towns, good effort, but not a real smart play to throw it back to a guy up under the basket.
Tibbs lost his mind when he saw that.
Which will happen from time to time in a game.
Yeah.
It's great theater to watch him. Teague no good at the buzzer after scoring 46 in the first quarter. Dallas cuts Minnesota's output in the second quarter to halftime. 23 points, tied at 69.
Well, a couple of things, Mark. One, Dallas really became aggressive on the defensive end of the floor. They were able to get stops, get out and run, get some open threes, and here we go. We got a good second half coming up.
Here we go indeed. 15 for Luka Doncic in the second quarter. It's Mavs Saturday night. The home opener, Mavs and Timberwolves. After the first 24 minutes are all square. 69-69 here on Fox Sports Southwest.
Southwest.
Mavs all knotted up at 69 at halftime here on Fox Sports Southwest. I'm Jeff Skin Wade. I'm standing here with Shedder, Mike Shed. We do this at halftime. It's so great to kick it off again. Opening night, any jitters for you?
No jitters for me. This is the lucky number 13 for me, so I'm all good.
All right, beautiful. It's just like his prom. Okay, man, first quarter, the defense wasn't there. Second quarter, it was. What was the difference for you guys?
A little more presence. We made them make second and third effort plays. They weren't getting so many easy ones at the rim. But that's the thing. We got to make this crowd play off our defense and our energy. We can't let them dictate what's going on.
It seemed like Luka was hesitant, was he? He got it going in the second quarter.
He's got so much pace to his game. He's so, smooth is a bad word, but he just lets it come to him. He's got to be a little more aggressive and make things happen a little bit.
One of my all-time favorite teenagers, at Luka. He's Shedder. I'm Skin. Back to you guys.
To say that Luka got it going in the second quarter would probably be an understatement. How does 15 points sound to you, Hart?
Sounds pretty good, especially the way he got him, Mike. Simply became aggressive. Nice little steal there. Stepped into the three-pointer. Defense goes to sleep. Luka catch and shoot from the corner, up top, using those handles, little step back, made that shot look easy. The Matador is ready to go.
Josh Okogie starting with Jimmy Butler resting tonight. Taj Gibson against DeAndre Jordan. Jordan got a hand on it. Loose ball. There's a scrum. There's a battle, and it's picked up by Dennis Smith.
Outstanding defense.
And
here goes third quarter.
And here goes Junior. Outstanding pace on the drive. Got it all the way up the floor quickly, but Minnesota did well to get back. Luka finds a wide open Dorian Finney-Smith, who has his first points of the game, and the Mavericks' biggest lead of the season, up by 3.
Sometimes, Mark, the ball not sticks, but it moves slow. When Luka gets it, he gets it right where it needs to get.
Top it.
In that case, it was right to Dorian Finney-Smith.
You know what else I loved about it too, Harp? I think Dennis pushing it as hard as he did put that defense kind of in chaos, and that's what led Dorian to be wide open in the corner.
And catching from Dorian is Dennis Smith, and it's Finney-Smith with a read of the rebound, and it's Luka stepping in, and it is nothing but nylon on the 3-ball for Luka.
Closing out that second quarter, Mark, he was really good. I think you're going to see one of those nights from here.
Teague fouled. Luka with an assist to Finney-Smith, and then a three-pointer of his own in an offensive rebound situation created by Finney-Smith.
Well, you got to appreciate the effort by Dorian, but Luka finished it up with a nice-looking stroke from the outside. He is now 5 for 8 and going very well.
3 of those 5 makes have been from beyond the arc. DeAndre Jordan has 12 points and 8 rebounds. Luka has 18 points to lead Dallas in scoring, 11 off the bench for Dwight Powell. Maria has 9.
Can't say enough about Dwight Powell and his production. Nice pass.
Luka inside, big finish, DeAndre.
You gotta love playing with a guy like that. It's always looking for you, finding open hadn't even scratched the surface yet.
No way. And when he gets in the middle of the floor, Harvey, the live dribble, it's dangerous.
Teague with a layup.
It's really savvy right there by Teague.
He leads Minnesota tonight with 18. Mavs on top by 2. We're 2 minutes deep into the third quarter. Work. Luka against Okogie. Crowd was ready to erupt. What a save then by Matthews to Smith. Outstanding play deep down in the corner by Wesley. And the result is 3 more on the board for Dallas as it's reined in by Smith.
He's quietly had a pretty good game, Dennis Smith Jr. That is, good defense in the corner.
This is what the Mavs look like in the preseason, this version we're watching right now.
Good defense at half court by Okogie. Almost took the candy, but Smith picks up the loose ball. He finds Jordan on a roll, and DeAndre's headed to the free throw line. Great hustle and smarts and effort all rolled into one. Look at that save-in by Matthews. What a pass.
It was really nice, Mark. And in this third quarter, it's early. But right now, the effort board points to the Mavericks.
You know, watching you guys the other night, Harp, you made a great point. I think you're so right on this. You know, there's going to be a lot of talk about Dennis being a catch-and-shoot guy because Luke will have the ball more.
Right.
But Dennis is so much better with his shot when he gets that little rhythm with a dribble. He just feels it so much more, and you see it with the results.
He's slowly getting better. He's getting to the point where there's a certain confidence that he has right now. He's not forcing and rushing, and he's slowed down. I talk frequently about the pace of which a point guard plays. He's starting to figure it out. And DeAndre Jordan is a much better free throw shooter than he's been.
4 for 5 tonight. 13-6 start to the third quarter for the Mavs, but then Wiggins lifts his team closer to Dallas. 4-point game on the 3-ball by Wiggins.
That's nice.
Matthews trying to answer back. Towns with a rebound. Karl Anthony Towns has 11 points and just 4 boards. Wiggins foul.
God, he had Wiggins trying to make a really difficult shot. And I think if DeAndre had to do that all over again, he would just live with just letting him make a tough shot. Look at here. Has him in a bad way, going away from the bucket. It's one of those situations where you go straight up. Let the chips fall where they may.
You see his number for tonight, 15, now 16, closing in on 3 straight 20-plus point efforts to open up the season for the number 1 pick of the 2014 draft.
I guarantee he's not sweating.
Nope.
Just one of those guys. just a smooth guy. Just that you play, what, 3 quarters and got unbeat up at all.
He could star in those old deodorant commercials. Never let him see you sweat.
That's it.
Was that Old Spice?
Don't give me the line. Smith down the baseline, throwaway, and it's Wiggins with the defensive play. Teague in the middle of the floor. Okogie spots up in transition and lets it go, and it's out.
I think you're about to get bombarded on Twitter, both of us. I think it's right guard.
You think so?
Shout out to all the deodorants out there.
All right.
They're all valid.
We hope it is.
Yeah.
Bad news if it's not. 3.5 minutes gone by third quarter. Mavs have led by as many as 7. Currently on top by 2. Led tonight by 18 from Luka Doncic, 16 from DeAndre Jordan. Finney Smith with Gibson on him. Going to have to do something at the end of the clock. And almost rebounds his own miss. He read it was going to be a little bit off.
You know better than anyone.
A lot of the offense running through Wiggins right now, and he commits an offensive foul against Dennis Smith Jr.
Not a smart play.
Because it's his 4th foul.
That's exactly right. So you want to get your 4th foul, simply hooking a guy out in the open court.
Yeah,
like
hooking
you like
a guy
to say.
30 feet from the basket.
Yeah, right there in front of
God and everybody.
Yeah, that's not good.
Don't do that.
That's good. I was wrong.
I like going to the right place, though. West made the right move.
Luka trying to hold on Taj Gibson. Help defense comes. And a foul on Matthews against Wiggins. By the way, remember that Matthews has been hit with a technical foul already once tonight.
Yeah.
You saw he was about to slam the ball to the floor, and then he eased up on that.
It's an easy call. I hit him on the hand. So West has to be on his best behavior.
At Southwest Kia, work with a non-commissioned salesperson, and all new Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Andrew Wiggins has lifted Minnesota back into a tie game.
So talented, so gifted as an athlete.
Wiggins responsible for a 7-0 Minnesota run. That ball, 12 left on the shot clock. Derrick Rose to go in. And, Wiggins is the one going out of the game.
He's trying to figure it out. He has 4 fouls.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. That's true. Luka from the corner, difficult 3.
They had to get him out there with 4. Get him out of there with 4 fouls.
He's been providing all of the offense for Minnesota in this run. Teague turned away. Jordan a block shot. Rose with a follow, no good. Jordan was in there policing the paint again and grabs a rebound.
I thought that was clinic pick and roll. Diaz Dennis lets it rip.
And high for the rebound to the tip in. How acrobatic was that by Dodo?
That's beautiful stuff. Yeah, he went right to the glass.
Tough.
There will be free throws after a timeout on the floor with 6:52 left, third quarter. Mavs 84, Timberwolves 82. Mavs Saturday night coming at you. The home opener on Fox Sports Southwest. Levine did in a loss to Philadelphia on Thursday. At Atlanta, Trae Young, 5th pick of the draft last summer, averaging 17 points a game so far. Kawhi Leonard now making his home in Toronto. A couple of double-doubles this year. Mavs will be in Toronto next Friday night. Metro by T-Mobile Unlimited Performance. 84-82. Dallas is in front by 2. A 7-0 Minnesota run was ended with this tip-in by Finney-Smith.
Well, outstanding athleticism. There you see him all the way there. And just to control that loose ball right to the rim. It was terrific.
Like all the little things he does. And obviously one of the team's better defenders.
Towns going to 3 on the timeout. Nope. And ball. By the way, there were no free throws. It looked like that was going to be the call, and Tom Thibodeau sure thought it should have been the call because he was making his displeasure with the side out of bounds foul call by Zach Zarba. Oh, yeah, he was.
I just knew he was going to hit him. I really did.
He was not happy. Not happy. JJ on the dish. Luka making the move to the baseline. Floats it up, no. Just about rebounds his own miss, but got knocked out of his hands. And then Teague in transition. That is a foul. I don't think we're going to see a goaltend situation here.
No, I don't think so either.
Just a foul that will put Teague on the line.
So active.
You can see Teague all the way going, and then there's Dorian negating the attempted layup.
Good time, guys. Come on now, wake up.
A lot of offense. If you like offense, give it to you tonight.
And all around the league for the first 5 days of the season.
Yep.
Teams are averaging almost 112 points a game so far this year around the league.
Adam Silver has his wish.
JJ in here in the third quarter. Pull up.
Come on!
Tipped it off the glass, and then it's out of bounds off Minnesota.
It looked like he was getting held down too by Gibson on the backside of him. Fight with one hand to keep that alive.
The Mavs have been last in rebound percentage 2 years running. That is going to change.
That won't be the case this year. Not with Jordan back there, not with the size that they have. That's good defense.
By Rose. Came around Matthews. And it is Rose all the way to the basket. Ball's out of bounds.
He was determined that time. Going 1-on-2.
In the 2010-11 season, Derrick Rose averaged 25 points and almost 8 assists a game and was the league MVP.
Dunked on people. Unstoppable in his prime.
So big and strong and quick. Physical. Graceful.
Here he is rising and hitting, and Minnesota has regained the lead.
He's always had that ability inside to shoot over the top of smaller guards.
Smith on the move. Blocking foul. Rose and the Timberwolves, 2 team fouls in the quarter.
Not square. That's simple. Draw and foul. Can't draw that call with the side of your shoulder to be square.
Wiggins has 4 fouls. He's on the bench. Luka and Okogie come together. DeAndre a paint catch. Matthews driving into the defense. He'll pull it back out to the three-point line. That shot's no good. It's a tip into the corner by Finney Smith. Kept it alive, but no one there in the corner.
That attempt by Matthews was really a difficult attempt. When you're going right and you try to step back and pull the trigger, that's difficult.
Mavs have missed 8 of the last 9 shots. They've hit a rough patch. 7 minutes into the third quarter. They were up by 7 not too long ago. Steal. See if this will help them out from an offensive perspective. And they get something easy in transition. Matthews inside, turned away. Outside to JJ. Heaves a 3. Bullseye. Like it.
Well, there used to be a time where when JJ was pulling up the shots, you wondered if the shot was going to go on, but he's slowly developed into one of the better three-point shooters on this squad.
That's a basket for Josh Okogie.
That was strong. He took it right to Luka's chest.
Correa made more threes in last season than any other year in his career. Last year, 115. Oh! But that's what he does. He throws up alley-oop passes, and he's got a guy like DeAndre Jordan who can finish with authority.
I didn't think it'd take long for them to find a connection like that.
He was mad at the rim, DeAndre was. And he's mad at Taj Gibson. He just blocked his shots.
So much anger follow well.
Finney Smith from the corner. Yes, sir. Timeout, Minnesota. Just under 4 minutes left, third quarter. Mavs up by 4. Here's Dana Larson with a Chevy game break. And in a stretch for Dallas. And the Coors Light refreshing finish will show a big-time finish by DeAndre, but he's not done, fellas.
Defense turning it into offense as well. Jordan making his presence felt. Finney Smith, 3-ball, corner pocket for Dodo.
For DeAndre Jordan, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocked shots. Did you know that last year with the Clippers, he did not have 4 blocked shots in a game last year. 3 was the most he had in a game all last season with the Clippers. 4 tonight to go with the 18 points and 10 more.
There was a lot of talk about how in the Clippers, as you see Towns working on the block, and there's shot.
Way upstairs.
And hey, we've been talking about this. You know, Dorian's got to take Towns on the block, but it allows DeAndre to come over, watch him come over and get up way up high and get that block shot.
Tower of power.
Oh, yeah, that horn set. That might have been going.
Yeah, maybe right, Skin.
Might have been going down into the bay where Tower of Power is from.
Hands by JJ out of bounds off Rose.
That's good stuff. A lot of times in that situation, you want to reach in.
Jalen Brunson in the game right now. He's getting the Devin Harris minutes in the rotation with Harris out with a hamstring strain that he suffered in the first game of the year on Wednesday. Bullet pass by Luka. Finney Smith, he's been hitting threes. Now he drives and kicks, and he commits an offensive foul. Might be
corner shot.
You're right on that, but might be better that the offensive foul was called because his kick-out pass was intercepted and was headed the other way, Jeff T.
Dorian, he's still trying to figure out what shots to take and what shots to pass up, put the ball on the deck, but that was another shot opportunity for Dorian, especially after knocking one down early in this third.
Same spot, too.
Third foul on Finney Smith. Karl Anthony Towns, a 3-ball.
What a freak, man. That guy can do so much offensively.
Extremely talented player.
He is 3 for 9 from the floor tonight. 14 points for Towns. Minnesota within 1. Correa in the lane, bottled up, and he found a good outlet. DeAndre Jordan, little baby hook, face-up hook shot. Jordan, 20 points, 10 rebounds.
Well, that's why he leads the league. And nice steal that time.
Correa and Rose were locked up, and then Luka Doncic all the way. No good. Foul has been called, though, on the rebound, not on the shot by Luka. The foul was on Teague going after the rebound. Loose ball foul.
I think it was Cleveland that got fouled. Good job. Good awareness by Doncic. They're trying to go coast to coast. There's a challenge by Towns and over the back by the Timberwolves.
Haywood Workman first signaled 0, and 2-0 is the correct signal, actually. It's the 5th foul of the game on Josh Okogie.
This is interesting. Tibbs going to go with Wiggins right now. Remember this, 245.
By the way, really nice ovation from the AAC crowd as DeAndre went to the bench. They're loving the dunks and the blocks. Nice to have that back in the Dallas area.
Powell and Kleba have gone in. Luka.
Okay.
Step back three. Oh, and Wiggins on skates. Oh, and he hits a three-pointer, 21 tonight. Rose, straight line, hard drive, foul. 97-91, 2:25 to go, third quarter. Derrick Rose to the line.
Look, I tell you how Luka doesn't, whatever happens, he just continues to play. Little step back action. He's missed that shot a couple of times tonight, but still with the same confidence and the same will to go out and play. That's one of his favorite moves, too, that little step back.
Is he blessing the heavens for all the specialness raining down on him? Is that like a sign of gratitude there?
I'm not sure what that was, but it's a happy camper after hitting that three. He's grinning from ear to ear, and I like that.
He has played extremely well this evening. You know, coming down here, I thought about he and DSJ, whether or not they would be able to bounce back from a very tough first game. And they've answered the bell, both those guys.
The bigs go out for Minnesota. Gibson and Towns, and Gorgie Jang and Anthony Tolliver come in for them off the bench. Luka driving and Brunson heaving. Jalen Brunson no good. Luka with a foul. And the Mavs are over the limit, so it's a march to the other end of the floor. Doncic 21 points. DeAndre Jordan 20. Luka now has 2 fouls with that call. I'm sorry, that's his third. And again, the Mavs are over the limit. Gorgie Jang 4 for 6 so far this year on free throws. He shot 77% last year. Mavs have a 4-point lead. You can go the distance with the Mavs and Smith Thompson Home Security on the Love Those Mavs tour. For each trip, one lucky season ticket member and one MFFL will be randomly selected to join the crew. Next stop, Denver on December 18th. Mavs.com/LoveThoseMavs for info. Gorgie Jang, part of a national championship at Louisville. Drafted in the first round of 2013. Carved out a nice career for himself at Minnesota. Offensive foul. Powell.
Yeah, just a little bit too much activity that time.
Interesting thing about Jang is 2 seasons ago he started every game. All 82. Last year, every game he played, 79 off the bench.
Yeah. He's one of those guys, though, that's versatile enough to handle it. Good defense by Powell that time against Wiggins.
And good traffic rebound by Maxi Kleba.
Yeah, man. Great challenge, great rebound. Powell and Kleba look good together inside.
Luka ready to have a go here with Gorgie Jang guarding him, and then he decides to give it up, and Tyus Jones was right in the passing lane. Kleba caught him! Chase down block, Maxi Kleba.
Nada.
Outlet pass got away from Brea, but Brunson has it. No. Powell got the ball back, but he fouled to do it.
Yeah,
loose ball foul.
Good, I'd like to see this again. I don't think Dwight touched the guy that was inside of him that possession.
Which I think was Anthony Tolliver, right?
Yeah, it was him.
No, Jang.
Well, maybe a little. I mean, maybe a small amount of push.
Well, if you're hearing lots of dissatisfaction from the crowd, that's because they're showing the replay on the big board here at the AAC.
The satisfaction level even higher now.
Yeah, they're not feeling that call.
Gorgie Jang, free throws. Luka's step-back three put Dallas up 97-91. Got in trouble by putting Minnesota on the line a couple of times, though, and the Timberwolves are on the cusp of tying the game again.
Yeah. It's going to be a dogfight. A lot of separation throughout this contest. Dallas built, I think, a little 7-point lead. for themselves, but the response was positive for Minnesota.
Too many free throws for Minnesota tonight. They are 31 of 34 at the line. They've made 17 straight free throws. That's strong. They've been one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league so far this year. Jang with a rebound, Barea with a miss. Rose in the lane. And it will roll around and down, and Minnesota in front.
I don't think I've ever seen Derrick Rose in a long time as they go on an 8-0 run. As fluid as he is, Martin, as a player. Nice find right there.
That's a look-away pass by Brunson. Cleveland's three no good. Jang with another rebound.
I agree with you on Rose, Harp. He's attacking really physically and strong. With some burst.
He has 17 points tonight. Wiggins is fouled by Matthews. And that 8-0 run for Minnesota that Hart noted a moment ago could be 10 if Wiggins knocks down his free throws.
You know, you see it a lot when a ball handler comes off of a screen and he knows that his man has got caught up on it and he's going to come flying back off of that to recover. You'll see a guy slow down and pull up, and a lot of times the defender will run right to the back and he'll try to avoid it. But those bodies connect because you're trying so hard to get off of that screen and get back to your man.
The free throw run ends at 17 straight for Minnesota. Matthews with 4 fouls is out.
Quick breather for Luka.
Very quick breather. 0 for 2. Cleveland with a rebound. That helped.
Absolutely. 0 for 2.
After the team had made 17 straight. Jones tipped it into the backcourt. Tipped it away again from Barea. The Mavs just fortunate that ricocheted out off a Minnesota player.
Tyus a good job that time from behind against Barea.
He's steadily gotten better as he's come into the league. He's solid.
Good backup point guard, most outstanding player in the tournament back in 2015 when Duke won. Foul on Wiggins, number 5.
Told you, so it's a costly decision by Minnesota to put Wiggins back in that game.
Came in with 2:45 left of the quarter, played 2.5 minutes, helped him, but then commits the 5th foul. First in the last 2 minutes on Minnesota. It's side out of bounds for Dallas. 14 to shoot, 16 to play in the quarter.
Well, without Jimmy Butler being here and having this guy Wiggins in foul trouble, that bodes well for Dallas, certainly.
C.J. Williams in. Williams up on Luka. Luka went away for the Powell screen. Drives baseline. Now Powell up top. But Dallas back on top. In and out at the end of the 3rd quarter. Oh, that'll count. Rose, nope. To the 4th we go. Minnesota 99. Mavericks 77. Minnesota with 20. Luka Doncic has 21 for the Mavericks. Rebound leaders. DeAndre Jordan with 10 for Dallas. 7 ties, 8 lead changes. Off we go, 4th quarter. Turnaround shot, Matthews, no good. Good defense by C.J. Williams, and Derrick Rose has the ball. Anthony Tolliver, quickly in transition, and good. Minnesota's lead is up to 5.
Whatever you do, you better find Tolliver in the open court. Derrick Rose did a good job of creating that for Tolliver, but he's excellent.
Tipped in by Powell. The little alley-oop pass by Barea is guided home by Dwight Powell, and that ends an 11-0 run for Minnesota.
And he was yelling for the N1. I think he got hit up top there on the wrist. He wanted it.
Rose underneath might have had a layup, but he finds Tolliver, just hit from there, but that one's no good. Brunson with a pull-up. Lefty stroke, looking sweet.
back the defense down. That's a real comfortable shot for Brunson.
Going right to his spot.
Rose taking it inside. Oh, what a finish by Derrick Rose. Wow.
What year Derrick Rose is this, man?
That was nice.
Cleveland. 3 no good. Jang with a rebound. Where are the Mavs on three-point attempts tonight? That was number 44. They made 14. They're shooting 32% from distance. Out of bounds. C.J. Williams.
You see that call quite a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Guys unaware.
10-14 left in the game. Minnesota with a 104-101 lead over the Mavs. Dennis Smith Jr. by the way at the scores table. Rose has 19 points after fancy finish a minute ago, and Powell got caught up. Down goes Powell. Foul on Minnesota's Anthony Tolliver.
You can almost see these plays developing before they actually do.
Barea out. Barea had 9 points and 10 assists on Wednesday. How about 12 points and 11 assists tonight? Powell recovers the loose ball. Finds Cleveland! A cut up the baseline and a big-time finish by Maxey.
I like the play. It was a simple basketball play by Dwight Powell, but outstanding job creating that opportunity for Cleveland.
Dwight and Maxey like to play together. Do it well.
So Derrick Rose
is a starter still in the NBA.
The last time he went over 20 points was March 27th, 2017. He's got 21 right now. Straight line drive to the basket to answer. Wesley Matthews, 1-point game.
Here's the fun Derrick Rose nugget. We got Antonio Daniels in the building because he's doing pre and post tonight. He talked to Derrick Rose at halftime and he said, AD, I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Free-throw line, Jay, good.
He is steady, Jay.
Yes.
He never hurts you when he's on the floor. Always makes the right point.
10.6 rebounds off the bench. Minnesota is shooting 48.5%.
Nice.
Now shooting around 46%. And earning a trip to the free throw line, Dwight Powell.
I just like Dennis's pace. He could have went in to try and dunk that, but defense closing down. And that pass had to be a soft pass to Powell. He laid it right there for him to get to the line.
First of 2 is good. 8:58 left. We'll see the return of Jeff Teague. Minnesota on the second night of a back-to-back.
For a second there, I thought he was coming in for Derrick Rose. And I was going to applaud Tibbs for taking Derrick Rose out of this
Appreciate
game.
you.
But Rose has been a difference maker in this contest this evening.
Now 16 of 22 on free throws in this game. Powell just split. Rose slashing into the paint and rising up for a jumper that's right in his range. The tip-out rebound, and it ends up in the hands of Dennis Smith Jr. In transition, 4-3. Wesley Matthews has given the Mavericks a lead again. Been a tough night getting shots to drop. He's just 2 for 9 on threes in the game, but a really important hit for Matthews with the Mavericks regaining the lead by 1. Timberwolves call a timeout. 8:36 left on Mavs Saturday night on Fox Sports Southwest. No other player in NBA history has spent 21 seasons with the same team. Come witness history unfold as Dirk returns this season. Mavs full season, half season, 10-game plans are all on sale now. Visit Mavs.com/season tickets for more information. Dirk's street closed tonight on the men for the ankle surgery last April. Rick said last week there would be another update in a couple of weeks, but still that far away from getting into a lot of on-court action, practice action. And we'll find out more at the next update. But right now, out of the timeout, a Karl Anthony Towns 3 and surge Minnesota back in front.
Mark, they look for him to insert himself a little bit more in this fourth quarter. Nice pass, good fake.
And a putback dunk by Powell after Smith missed inside.
Once again, Dwight Powell. You can't say enough about what he brings to the table night in and night out.
A 16-point effort on Wednesday, followed up with another one tonight.
16, absolutely.
Brunson on Rose. Bounce pass. And it's Towns with a pass for C.J. Williams. It's off Williams' hand and out. And the Mavericks trying to run after the turnover. And they do. They don't score yet. Smith missed. Powell a rebound and a foul again on Anthony Tolliver, putting Powell on the line.
There are not a lot of guys off the bench that gives you as much effort as Dwight Powell does. He is so underrated with what he does.
And it won't be free throws. It's not a foully active shooting, but it is 3 1/4 on Minnesota. So 2 more, and the Mavs will be shooting the rest of the way.
That's a lot of time. They already have 3.
7:40 left. Smith trying to break down the defense.
That's 4.
Number 4.
One mo and you start getting freebies.
Well, that would level things out in terms of the free throw differential tonight. Minnesota, that is, has shot 36. Mavs 22 attempts. And remember, the Mavs, Minnesota had a run of making 17 straight before Wiggins missed a couple late in the third. Shot clock at 10 seconds.
Remember, Wiggins is on the bench with 5, too, Mark.
Matthews, another 3, back-to-back. He hits the bullseye.
See, you got to struggle from the outside sometime, but do you have it in you to continue to take your shot?
Yeah.
And Wesley is showing you that he does in spite of the struggle.
Rose has it in him to take his shot and drive to the basket and score. 23 is where he is now.
Oh, my goodness.
That definitely looks like the dude from 6 or 7 years ago, man. He's been great.
Like I said, Derrick Rose could easily start in this league.
Matthews the pass this time. Smith the 3 off target. Kleba offensive rebound. Brunson getting a good stretch of run here in the 4th quarter. And Brunson finds a little crease to drive inside. And it goes off the glass.
I like Jalen Brunson a lot.
That was veteran patience, Harp.
Yeah, he just really understands the game. He doesn't get excited or nervous. Just makes plays with a lot of poise. To be so young.
Towns trying to go with Powell and does and scores.
Okay, good basket. Don't overreact to a guy scoring on you sometimes.
It's the NBA where teams average 112 points a game this year.
So it's going to happen.
Going to be some scoring like that.
And 1, baby.
Powell.
It ain't always the lob. Sometimes leave that little bounce pass for him.
Absolutely adore what Dwight Powell is doing. Right place, right time, nice soft finish on the inside, and 1 good pass, too, from my DSJ that time.
5 assists in the game now for Smith to go with 9 points. How about Powell? I mean, I would say that's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
You said you adore what he does. It's adorable when you have 16 and 19 to open the season. 21 is his season high.
Yeah, he's a special guy, in my opinion.
21 is his career high that he did last season, I'm sorry. 19 is where he is tonight. Towns, tough 3 on the Powell defense.
A low percentage shot that time from Minnesota.
We passed the midpoint of the 4th quarter. Smith, fancy pass. Oh, my. C.J. Williams and Wesley Matthews come together. And going flying into the front row is Wesley Matthews. Williams committing Minnesota a foul that puts him over the limit. I'm sorry, the last foul was they put him at 5, so they were already going to the limit.
Well, when you're overzealous trying to close out, that's what you get. You get a collision.
Get your money's worth on that foul.
That's his deal.
That is a hard fall. I thought I saw a little grimace by Wesley Matthews, but you know he's going to pick himself up, dust himself off.
You can worry about some guys, not Wesley, when it comes to toughness and being able to endure a lot of different things on the floor.
.552 left. 5 is the lead for the Mavs. DeAndre Jordan has returned. Powell went out. Luke is about to come back, and so is Finney Smith. Teague against Brunson. Good defense. Rose hits a three. Wow. He is in a special place when he's doing that.
This guy's confident. His confidence is way, way up.
In the games he played last year, and there weren't many, 25 games, Derrick Rose went 7 for 30 on threes. He's hit a couple tonight, and he just got Minnesota back to within 2. Timeout, Dallas. Mavs Saturday night has delivered everything you would hope for in terms of entertainment value. DeAndre Jordan and Luka Doncic have been outstanding in their first home games with the Mavericks. DeAndre, 20 points, 10 boards, also 5 block shots in the game. Luka, 21 points, 15 of them came in the second quarter, as he's gone 6 for 13 from the floor. Three-pointers look good tonight, by the way. Luka's hit 4 of 8 from deep in this game, and also chipped in 6 boards and 3 assists. There they are, the dynamic duo tonight. J.J. Barea has a double-double off the bench. Dwight Powell's added 19. Wesley Matthews has chipped in 16. There are a lot of hands pitching in tonight.
Yeah, the balance is certainly good.
Still a lot of work to do, too,
Yes,
Mark.
it is. A little bit more than 5 minutes to go. You got to be poised and make decisions the right way. Like that was a nice decision for DSJ to go right around the defense and lay it in the basket.
And the defense couldn't do anything because Wiggins has 5 fouls.
I attack him whenever I get the opportunity.
Every time, man. If you can, if it makes sense. Wiggins, deep three is short. A long rebound to Finney Smith. Up ahead to Luka. Luka in transition. Three is offline. Long rebound coming down to Taj Gibson. There's a foul on Dallas, which is their first of the quarter.
Meanwhile, Minnesota already there with their next foul.
I was feeling like as that was developing that we might see a lob to DeAndre, but Luka's been shooting the ball really well in the second, third quarter, now on into the fourth.
The next three-pointer will tie the Mavs franchise record for threes attempted in a game. They just tried number 48.
Wow.
Towns. Finney Smith forced him out farther on the catch, but Towns is still a threat from out there. He's also a threat to do that.
Oh.
What a monster.
Yeah, I thought Dorian had an advantage with him being on the perimeter. To your point, Mark, he showed off some skill right there, working off the bounce as a 7-foot player.
Matthews, a three. And he's hit 3 in a row.
And he hit that three last time where he comes up like he's going to set the screen. It's equivalent to a slip on a roll. Instead of a slip, it's a flare out behind the three-point line. That's the second one we've seen him do like that.
With 4 minutes to play, the lead is 5 for Dallas in their home opener against the Timberwolves, a team that swept them in their 4 regular season meetings last year. Double team. Teague faked the pass. That is a Jeff Teague style floater. We have seen that is his motion to a tee.
No question, Mark. And his ability to finish off the glass that time was really spectacular.
Luka inside. He found DeAndre barely.
There we go.
Shot clock at 10. Smith, deep three. Line, Gibson a rebound. It's a 3-point game.
They could have really worked that weak side if he had waited for the DeAndre screen.
Rose, he is having himself a night, but that layup is no good. Then Gibson fouls DeAndre. Derrick Rose is at 26 points on 10 of 20 shooting. A big miss by Rose there.
And what he's doing, Mark, he's not forcing any of it. That's the impressive thing with what Derrick Rose is able to do. Missed that one, and then here's over the back. Obvious call from the officials on Gibson.
You know, a minute ago we referenced the Maverick three-point number.
Yep.
And then since then we've seen Smith take one, and we've seen Matthews take one and make it. And so there it is, a new Maverick franchise record. 50 three-pointers attempted tonight.
Well, get them up. And the good news is that they're making some tonight as well, Mark. So you're going to take a lot of threes. You better make your share of them as well.
17 to 50, Skin.
Let me add this. We have 50 points in the paint. So when you're shooting threes and getting 50 points in the paint, that is modern basketball to a T, right? Right
Yes,
at
sir.
the rim or launching threes.
Look at the shooter's bounce.
Surprise yourself.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, DeAndre. There you go. 127-122 on the free throws made by Jordan. 3:20 left in a wildly entertaining game as the Timberwolves take a timeout. left. DeAndre Jordan with 2 free throws has a 22-point night working tonight. Last year, Jordan had a 30-point effort for his best scoring game of the season with the Clippers. He had 6 games last year where he scored at least 20 points. As his first in a Maverick uniform, he's doubled up what he did against Phoenix the other night when he had an 11-point game. All of those points were scored in the first quarter. He scored plenty tonight after the first. Towns, great touch, great touch.
Yeah, great touch and too deep of position for Dorian to affect the shot at all.
3 minutes to go, and it's a 3-point gap on the board. Starting 5 is on the floor right now for the Mavs. Doncic posting up Derrick Rose. To go. Difficult shot. The timing and the rhythm got a little bit off there for a moment.
But Mark, it goes to his size. He was able to see the basket right over the top of Derrick Rose, giving up a lot of height.
And guys, he got his shoulder square to the bucket too as he was falling backwards.
Towns, with an ode to Dirk.
Well, expect him to go to Towns and Wiggins down the stretch of this game. Jimmy Butler not in uniform tonight, not even in the city.
25 now for Towns. Doncic looking to get to 25, and he does!
This is money time right now. And to see this youngster operating as if he's been in the league for such a long time, Mark, is really impressive.
Now on the perimeter, Towns. We've seen him with a hook shot. We've seen him with a one-legged fade. And now we see Finney Smith with a foul, which is the first in the last 2 minutes on Dallas. 4th foul on Finney Smith, who is working his hind parts off to defend right now.
He's doing a good job, and he's giving up some size on the inside. And the important thing is to make sure he pushes Towns off that block and not give him that deep position.
Recovery by Smith to pick up Teague. Towns out to the perimeter. And it is a foul on Finney Smith. And so Karl Anthony Towns, who last year was outstanding at the line, 86%, will go to the line. He's 6 for 6 tonight. He's 11 for 11 this year on free throws.
Well, Minnesota very predictable right now. They're going right at Dorian Finney-Smith with Towns